Yo, what's the crack, boys? All-Star games were just announced. Very bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. The reserves, obviously, we all knew who the stars were. The only argument was between Embiid and Tatum, and obviously Tatum got it, which we'll get into it. Second MVP vote. We'll get into it. Obviously, All-Star snubs happened. I think the biggest one, I kind of need to take the bias away. Pascal Siakam somehow was snubbed. I think he's like the only player to average 25, some crazy stats and not make the All-Star team. Ridiculous. In my opinion, I think the problem with the All-Star game is really there's not that like obviously it should be an elite club to be an All-Star, but I think we should add 2 more spots to each conference, maybe 3. Some players just need to make the All-Star team. I think if we're being real, Trae Young, James Harden, Pascal Siakam have to be in there. Trae Young, 27 and 10. Obviously, he's not been efficient. He's not a good defender. Probably what the coaches, did. Come on, bro. 27 and 10. He's probably done that twice now. Or, do you know what I mean? Only Trae Young can do that. He's what? He's the youngest player to, 8,000 points, 3,000 assists. Do you know what I mean? Something crazy like that. He's, the youngest or one of the youngest players to do it. And he's not made the All-Star team. Yes, elephant in the room. Trae Young is very inefficient. And he's kind of probably one of the worst defenders in the NBA. Even though he is, if you do watch with him, Trae Young is trying on, he's trying now. He's been trying for a while. Trae Young's actually trying his best on defense now. It's good to see. Maybe it's why he's been a bit inefficient, because, all that energy in that, but that's why he has DeJounte Murray, who's... DeJounte Murray's a very good player, especially as your second best player. Obviously, he had, 40 against Dame and that. Obviously, they lost. I think they won. I can't remember. But Trae Young not being there is a crime. Pascal Siakam... okay, yeah, do you know, okay, maybe the Raptors are bad, but, come on, bro. Pascal Siakam made an All-NBA team last year. Could possibly make one this year. Obviously, the team record's letting him down. The Raptors were a lot better last season. But I'm about to disrespect some players. DeMar DeRozan, I love DeRozan. I think he's a very good player. If I'm going to get another player's jersey, it's probably going to be his. He shouldn't be in it. Over Siakam, nah. I don't know if he's listed. I think he's listed as a forward. Come on. Come on. Okay, the Bulls are doing better than the Raptors, but, nah. This is not what it's about. Jrue Holiday as well. Yeah, this was a coach decision. Don't get me wrong, Jrue Holiday, NBA champion. Bucks don't win it without him. 1,000,000%. Bucks do not win it without him. 100%. Over James Harden. Or Trae Young. That's tough. Jrue Holiday, he has been carrying the load. He has been their second best player this season. And, when Giannis has been out. I think he's scored at 40 points. I think he's got a 40-point game this season. But, he has been, don't get me wrong. It's not what the fuck, Jrue Holiday? It's oh, yeah, Jrue Holiday. But, one of this player probably could have made it over him. But it's good to see him. I think it's, the longest gap between an All-Star appearance, which, 10 years, which is cool. Shout out to him. That guy's buzzing. But this is what I mean by, we need to add some spots. Because James Harden should have made it. So he's 7th in the MVP ladder, and he's not even an All-Star. That makes no sense. They hate the process. They hate it. They hate us. They hate us. There's absolutely no way James Harden does not make an All-Star team as the 7th in MVP ladder. What? You're bugging. You're bugging. So yeah, I think All-Stars they need to add 2 to 3 more players. Because, All-Star appearance, when you look back at a player's career, that number of All-Star appearances means something. Obviously, James Harden doesn't need an All-Star appearance to certify his legacy. He only needs a championship or, he needs a championship or a finals appearance. That's it. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But for someone like Trae Young, who's early in his career, Trae Young's going to be I think Trae Young will be a Hall of Famer. I do think that. But it's, very, come on, bro. Siakam, he needs an All-Star appearance. He's a champion as well. This stuff affects legacies and also, well, it's probably not that deep. These guys are millionaires. They get to play the game they love, but snubbing them, and it makes the game more entertaining. Obviously, if you have Trae Young, Harden, Siakam, it makes the game more entertaining. Maybe I'm just a salty fan, but personally, I think James Harden, Jalen Brunson, and Trae Young, are more deserving of an All-Star game than DeRozan and Jrue Holiday. Which, do you know what I mean? It's not oh my god, my life's so much worse. Nah. On paper, yeah, they should make over him. But happy for DeRozan. He's had a bit of a career comeback, getting better in his 30s. You could say Jrue Holiday has as well, but it is what it is. On the West, the only thing I really thought was a bit eye-opening was Paul George has had some... I think he had that crazy game earlier this season. Paul George has been good this season. Absolutely. Should he have made it over De'Aaron Fox or Anthony Edwards? Probably not. Maybe over Anthony Edwards. Okay, I'll see that. De'Aaron Fox being one of the most clutch players this season. His, like, probably one of the most improved players. Well, yeah, kind of. De'Aaron Fox, obviously Steph's injured now. So one of them's going to make it. I think it should be De'Aaron Fox. Even Anthony Edwards, who's so mature for his age. It's crazy. I think De'Aaron Fox should make it. Come on, he's like on one of the best teams in the West. One of the most clutch players in the league. And he doesn't make the All-Star team. Like, oh my God. Like, Sabonis made it. I'm happy Sabonis made it. That's not obvious. Sabonis should have made it. That's very obvious. I think the Kings definitely should have had 2 All-Stars this season. But shout out to Paul George because he's one of the smoothest players of all time. Maybe one of the most complete. I don't know. Jaren Jackson Jr., who didn't get... I wasn't even top 7 in any of the votings, but made it. I picked him, but like that's a bit weird. Like, I think he should be an All-Star, like at least considered. But that's a bit like there's something weird about that. Obviously, like the coaches, he's one of the best defenders in the NBA, so I do see it. But it's weird. But shout out to all the people that made the All-Star team, real ones.